This is Longton, part of the city of Stoke-on-Trent that's fondly referred to by the locals as Neck End. 8 years ago, here in Neck End, a local businessman decided to transform a then disused 10-pin bowling alley into a top cabaret night spot. Pessimists scoffed. No big-name entertainment personality ever came to Stoke-on-Trent. Never mind Neck End, they said. They were wrong. The night spot opened and the top stars came. Not just from Britain and Europe, but all over the world. But this week, after 8 years of the best in entertainment, the people of Neck End were dealt a savage blow. Yet another victim of the recession. Jollees chairman, Mr. Bill Morris, in a statement to the Evening Sentinel today said that Jollees of Longton, hailed by the stars as one of the best nightclubs in the world, is to close as a cabaret night spot. The somewhat unimpressive exterior never did justice, to me anyway, to what lay beyond those two glass doors. It also sat precariously, some said, above the local bus station. In fact, there were rumours at one time that because of the sheer weight of numbers in the club, the concrete superstructure was beginning to collapse, and one of these nights everyone would finish up sitting on the bus station floor. But if it was unimpressive from the outside, it certainly changed on the other side of those two glass doors.
You're the top, you're the Colosseum, you're the top, you're the Louvre Museum, you're the melody from a symphony by Strauss, you're a Mendelssohn, Shakespeare sonnet, you're Mickey Mouse. You're the Nile, you're the Tower of Pisa, you're the smile on the Mona Lisa.
Jollees certainly was the tops. Neil Sedaka once said that this equals anything anywhere in the world. The top establishment soon attracted the top clientele, and they don't come much higher up in the league than the Duke of Edinburgh. But he too, like everyone else, had to leave his coat in the cloakroom. The top establishment also attracted the top awards, and for 4 years running, Jollees won the Club Mirror accolade for being one of the best-run nightclubs in the United Kingdom.
Purple light of a summer night in Spain, you're a National Gallery, you're Bob Hope's salary.
The vast auditorium seated 1,600 people, and over the years they saw top comedians, vocalists, speciality acts, show bands and jazz bands, double acts, stag nights, hen nights, fashion shows and travel shows. You name it, Jollees have done it, from Show Waddy Waddy to Cleo Lane, and from Cliff Richard to Bernard Manning.
But for the last 4 years, January has been a special month in Jollees' calendar. For during 1 week, over 10,000 people have packed in here. They ate 1.5 tons of chips, 800 12-inch sausages, and swilled it all down with 32,000 pints of beer. And they were joined by millions more on BBC TV for the Embassy World Darts Championships.
Take him on like Longton. One dart could give him the World Championship double 16.
Jockey wins! Low congratulates him. The victor takes the plaudits, thanks the officials, Jim and Ken and all the lads on the stage. Jack Price takes all our referee.
That's just a few bars of The Party's Over, ladies and gentlemen, which I think is particularly appropriate at this moment in time, being the last evening of Jollees Theatre Cabaret Club, of course, opening in October 73, being hugely successful up until, of course, now. I've made a lot of friends, many, many friends. It's been a marvellous experience for me. I'm very, very nostalgic. What more can I say? Very, very sorry to see Jollees go. And never mind, let's hope that sometime in the future, Jollees or a club similar to Jollees may reopen again in Stoke. Once again, the party is over.
time to really tell you about what I've been doing for the last 8 years. I've been comparing, of course, here at Jollees, and that's been voted in during the last 8 years as one of Britain's best cabaret and theatre clubs. Tonight's our final night. It's the end of a relationship which I've absolutely loved. 8 years ago, when I was travelling on a plane to Jersey, a very old plane, in fact I found Amy Johnson's lunch under my seat. I'd never have thought that I was going to be the compere for the following 8 years of one of the most successful clubs in Great Britain. It really has been a pleasure. I've made lots of friends, I've learnt lots of things. I didn't even know what a cane was for. Look what I can do now. And there you go, that's what you learn in 8 years. It's always been fun, but it's not always been absolutely perfect. There's been lots and lots of mistakes, and we've learnt an awful lot. I remember when Princess Margaret came down and we were doing the show, and we had a fantastic grand entrance all planned out, that Princess Margaret was to walk through the doors and we were to get a cue from somebody at the back of the room, and they were to give us a hand cue, and I was to walk out on stage, and then a fanfare, and Princess Margaret would come down and everybody would stand up and applaud. We got the cue that Princess Margaret was on her way through the door, and I asked everyone to stand up, and the fanfare came on, and it was Mrs. Mills. She came walking down the aisle. That, of course, was just one thing that's gone wrong. There are many, many things that have gone wrong. But even when they've gone wrong, people have accepted them, because that's what live entertainment's all about. It really is fraught with danger, if you like. And it's been my job to try and hold things together when they do go wrong. But really, tonight's a sad night, I suppose, but I'm going to make it a happy night, make sure all the people that are in enjoy themselves and remember us. Remember us for one thing, that we brought happiness to them, we made them smile. If you were one of those people, thanks for coming down. Hope to see you all again very soon too. From Mel Scholes, see you later.
How about that? What a super crowd, and they smashing. I'm sure that Donna won't, if I invite on stage with us here some people who have been responsible for working very hard here at Jollees. It'd be impossible to invite absolutely everybody, but I'd like you to help me say thank you to our dancers who've worked with us for quite some time here at Jollees. That's Panache, the girls from the Tweedale Academy. And also our musical director. We've had the same musical director, which is very unusual in cabaret and theatre land, for 8 years, and he's done a fabulous job. We're very proud of him. John Simons, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, good night and God bless from all of us here at Jollees for our cabaret. Come and join us for a dance, everyone, if you'll do that, please. And thank you for being a lovely audience as well on our last night for cabaret. Join us for dancing and enjoy the rest of the evening.
God bless. Goodbye and God bless.
Thank you, Tony. Come and join us for a dance, everyone. Enjoy.
Well, that's Jollees. Tonight, the curtain has come down. Tomorrow, the shutters go up. They said they'd bring the best, and they did. But now, the party's over.